For centuries, alchemists have sought to change base metals into gold. But the transmutation of metals like lead into gold is symbolic of a higher and more noble alchemy, the alchemy of self-transformation. Self-transformation was the goal of the most spiritual of alchemists. They sought a way to change the lead of negative human energy into the gold of divine energy, and some of them achieved this by using the violet flame. But first, let's explore what the violet flame is, what it does, and how it works. The violet flame, also called the violet fire, is a unique spiritual energy that can help you in all areas of your life. It can heal emotional and physical problems, improve your relationships, help you to grow spiritually, or just make life easier. The flame is the essence of a unique spiritual light. Mystics of all ages have glimpsed a spiritual spectrum behind the physical spectrum. Radiant colors, more pure and rare than those found on earth, emanate from a brilliant, inner divine light. Just as a ray of sunlight passing through a prism refracts into 7 colors, spiritual light splits into 7 colors, or rays, each of which has specific divine qualities. The violet flame comes forth from the violet ray, which has the qualities of mercy, forgiveness, freedom, and transmutation. The color violet has long been associated with spirituality. Having the highest frequency in the visible spectrum, violet is at the point of transition to the next octave of light. To the ancients, this transcendental color was a spiritual rather than a physical phenomenon. Saints and adepts throughout the ages have known how to use the violet flame, but it was only released to the public earlier this century by an ascended master called Saint Germain. Ascended masters are enlightened spiritual beings who once walked the earth like you and me. They balanced their karma, paid their debts to life, and fulfilled their reason for being. They then ascended, or reunited with God. You probably already know the names of a few ascended masters: Jesus Christ, Gautama Buddha and Krishna. What the violet flame does. Ever wished there was a way you could wipe out your past mistakes? While you can't go back in time, the violet flame has the power to erase, or transmute the cause, the effect, and even the memory of our past mistakes. Transmutation means to change, to alter in form, appearance or nature. The violet flame changes negative energy into positive energy, darkness into light, fate into opportunity. The flame also erases the resultant bad karma of our mistakes. Our past actions, both good and bad, do come back to us. This is the law of karma. This impersonal cosmic law decrees that whatever we do comes full circle to our doorstep for resolution. Simply, what goes around comes around. In general, most people must pay their debt to life, or balance their karma, by selflessly reaching out and helping others, by working through misfortunes that come their way, or by passing through diseases or other forms of personal suffering. But it need not be so with the violet flame. The violet flame is able to transmute or mitigate our negative karma before it comes back to us. On the physical level, the violet flame can help heal our bodies by removing the karma that makes us vulnerable to illness and disease. But the real cause of disease is often rooted in our mental, emotional, and spiritual states. Today, we are discovering more and more about how our thoughts and emotions can affect our health. Research has shown that hatred and other negative thoughts and feelings actually create excess amounts of acid in the body that it cannot assimilate. These negative thoughts and feelings often originate in emotional and psychological problems, which the violet flame can help to resolve. The scars of old hurts and painful memories may be healed and dissolved when the healing balm of the violet flame is applied. How the violet flame works. The violet flame works by changing vibrations. In physics, vibration is the speed of oscillation, the speed at which something moves back and forth. On the atomic level, vibration can be understood to be the speed at which electrons orbit around the nucleus of the atom. The violet flame works by changing vibrations on this level. Atoms are mostly empty space. The empty space between the nucleus and the electrons is where negative energy and karma can become stuck. When the atoms in our bodies and auras become clogged with this negativity, the electrons whirl slower and slower, and we begin to resonate more with negativity, and less with light. We have a lower vibration, and become less spiritual. The violet flame transmutes this negative energy. It does not simply surround and remove the energy, but transforms it into light. Because there is less density within the atom, the electrons whirl faster and faster, thereby raising your vibration. When you have a higher vibration, there is more spiritual energy in your body. Acupuncturists and yogis know that optimum health comes when this spiritual energy flows freely throughout the body. The violet flame frees up this energy and re-establishes harmony and equilibrium, propelling you into a more spiritual state of being. The Alchemist's dream. The violet flame is a tool of self-transformation. Physical experiments in alchemy whereby base metals are transformed into gold are symbolic of what the violet flame does. In medieval times, alchemists attempted to transmute base metals into gold, using heat to separate the subtle from the gross. While there have always been alchemists who sought to create wealth by transmuting base metals, this process of transmutation is symbolic of a higher and more noble alchemy, the alchemy of self-transformation. Alchemists of the spirit did not seek physical wealth, but spiritual wealth. They sought to transform themselves into more spiritual beings, by becoming more loving, wise, and compassionate. The violet flame has the capacity to bring about this transformation by transmuting negative elements within ourselves. It has the unique ability to transform fear into courage, anxiety into peace, and hatred into love. Alchemists of all ages have sought the mystical philosopher's stone. Early alchemists pored over minutely ciphered texts in search of this stone. For them, it was worth a lifetime to decode the mystery of this stone, which symbolized the transmutation of the lower animal nature into the highest and divine. The coveted philosopher's stone, the stone which is no stone, was not physical, but spiritual, and created out of fire. Some alchemists did discover the secret of the violet flame. According to Neoplatonist alchemists, the philosopher's stone was a self-transforming fire that would lead their souls upward, by drawing up to the spirit all qualities which dragged downward and opposed the spiritual essences. In the process, the hard and refractory materials in their bodies would be transmuted into a rare and more luminous material. In this sacred experiment, they said the alchemist would become like the gods, pursuing the gold of the wise and not the vulgar metal. Transmutation, then, was not just a process which turned base metals into gold, but a spiritual process which raised the soul into a state of unity with the divine. How to use the violet flame? The violet flame is practical and easy to use. It is often a good idea to call for spiritual protection before invoking the violet flame. Then find a place where you won't be disturbed, and sit comfortably in a straight chair with your spine and head erect, legs and arms uncrossed and feet flat on the floor. Rest your hands on your upper legs, with palms facing upwards. The violet flame is invoked through decreeing, a unique form of spoken prayer utilizing visualization and meditation. One of the simplest decrees to the violet flame is, I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. Take a few, slow deep breaths and center in your heart. Start out slowly, giving the decree with love, devotion, and feeling. Repeat the decree 3 or 9 times to begin with. You can gradually increase this to 36, 72, or even 144 repetitions. Repeating the decree strengthens its power and draws down more light. Once you are familiar with the decree, you can close your eyes while giving it and concentrate on visualizing the violet flame. See yourself before a large bonfire, about 9 feet high and 6 feet wide. Color it violet in your imagination, and see the flames pulsating and undulating in endless shades of violet with gradations of purple and pink. Then see yourself stepping into the flame, So the violet flame is where you physically are. See your body as transparent, with the flames curling up from beneath your feet, passing through and around your body, clear up over your head. Often the words of a violet flame decree invoke ideas for other violet flame visualizations. Decreeing is meant to be fun, so be creative and use your imagination. To those who have developed their spiritual sight, the violet flame appears as a physical violet fire. You may also be able to see the violet flame at work with your inner eye, by concentrating on the spiritual center between your eyebrows. You can also use the violet flame to help family and friends. Just visualize the violet flame around them while you give a decree, and add a prayer before you start. The violet flame can also help others that you might not be aware of. After you have finished decreeing, you can ask, "In the name of the Christ within me, I ask that this violet flame be multiplied and used to assist all souls on this planet who are in need. I thank you and accept it done according to the will of God." Even a few minutes of violet flame will produce results, but persistence is needed to penetrate age-old habits you would like to change. You can start out with just a few minutes of violet flame in the morning to help you through the day, and you can add the violet flame to whatever prayers or meditations you currently practice.